afternoon, good evening, good whatever it is, wherever you are. My name's Katie O, and this is Moon Moment Musings. Welcome back to my living room for another energy peephole for today, the 16th of November, 2021, where we are in a waxing gibbous moon in the sign of Aries. Yay, the first sign of the zodiac. So we've started a new moon cycle, and the energies have been heavy. They've been big. There's been lots of as our Scorpio season is coming to a near close. Next week we have the transit to the sign of Sag on the 22nd, just after our full moon on the 19th. So we are reaching a culmination of energy, especially surrounding this full moon. The full moon has big energies, and I believe they're going to start affecting us probably, today they probably have started already seeping in. Anyway, as I was getting ready to record this video, I had some music playing on in the background, and a song by Jessie Reyes called Figures came on, and it just pinged in my ears. And I remembered a few days ago we had that energy of like, I told you so, or like you're getting some affirmation that some prophecy that you've been feeling or some intuition that you've had is actually correct, and that those things are coming to fruition. So I believe that this could be an extension of those energies. If you've not seen the Peephole for the 14th of November, it might be worth it to go and see it, because there might be some relevant information in there for you. But basically the overlying themes were that toot your own horn. Yeah. If you've got some triumph, don't feel guilty about hiding it because you want to make people, like, you don't want to make people feel uncomfortable or whatever it may be. But either way, figures. It figures. You're just like, yeah, I knew this was coming, and no, it doesn't surprise me that this is the outcome. Yeah, no, I realized that, like, I warned you that there would be repercussions, or, yeah, I warned you that if you did that, that person would react that way, or, yeah, like, you didn't believe me, but this is what's happening now. So it's a little bit difficult energy, and I believe that it's bringing up some really, really strong emotions for us. Okay, so first we've got 4 aspects to talk about. First and foremost, we have the moon in a sextile with Jupiter. Jupiter is the planet of expansion, and it is in the sign of Aquarius, which makes us be willing to expand ourselves in a more innovative way, in a more efficient way, in a way that is different but suitable for the things that we want to move forward to. It might be unfamiliar, yes, but it's definitely, we definitely know that this expansion is inevitable. And I believe that we are being this new moon cycle, particularly, is having started in Aries. Was it yesterday? No, 2 days ago on the 14th. Again, the 14th energies are pertinent. It's this new moon cycle is bringing us healing growth to our inner selves. We've been having a lot of conflicting energy with regards to the inner feminine and masculine, inner light and dark. Just like trying to figure out which voice is what, the intuition whispers and the ego screams. We've been having these inner conflicts about a lot of stuff within us that is now being expanded, and I believe it's expanding for our authenticity, in order for us to express ourselves in the truest way possible to ourselves and be able to grow and move forward continuously, adapting to whatever comes to us. Now, the moon is also squaring Pluto, so this is whatever comes to us, right? Pluto is the big energy of transformation, of death and rebirth, and these transformations at hand are challenging us to hold true to our willingness to go forward with the moon in Aries. Yeah, it's also holding us, trying to get us to stand up for ourselves, to not back down from the things that we know are right, to stay true to what you know is correct and what you're called to, even though it might be extremely challenging and ostracizing. As I was going through this energy, a particular friend of mine came to mind, and sometimes it's, even though you know that the right thing to be done, like that you're doing the right thing, it can be extremely difficult to hold true to your guns when you feel alone, when you feel like you're the only person that believes this. It's really easy to listen to that ego voice saying, you're crazy. One of these things is not like the other. Clearly, if you're the only one with this opinion, maybe you're completely out in left field. But I do not believe that that is true. I believe that whatever things that you've been going through lately, they may feel like they're wrong because of other people's reactions to them, or because they don't follow the norms of society, but you know that they're right, even though you're going through a challenging time where it's like the universe is testing your resolve, trying to figure out if you are really dedicated to transforming these energies. Okay, the sun is also in a square with Jupiter, which I believe is the other side of the coin of our moon in a sextile? Yeah, in a sextile with Jupiter, is that our inner self is being, like, in a healing way expanded, but the way that we project ourselves outward is being battered with a hammer. Yeah, it's literally like the universe is just breaking down. It's like you're a china doll, and the universe is just breaking down that layer of fragile, superficial beauty or okayness, to make you really, really be authentic. So some of you guys are usually very good at holding your shit together, even when it's difficult. And I'm hearing you're not. They are giving you no choice but to really let these emotions go. Really let this, like, break down these constraints you've put on yourself with your ego, to really, 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 really come correctly for yourself. Because when you lie to yourself, you're just inviting in more deceitful energy, and nobody's going to be honest with you. You're going to feel stuck. You're going to feel confused. It's not nice vibes. So Jupiter is showing the sun right now. Look, I'm bringing up obstacles to you. I'm bringing up challenges to you because there are things that have to do with the masks that you wear that don't fit you anymore. The new person that you are does not entwine with those masks, and they are very important to be letting go. So I'm hearing this is more uncomfortable. What did I write? If you aren't in touch with your intuition and inner voice, the more you listen to your ego screams, the less you're going to be able to actually comfortably navigate this situation. And if you are really, really wallowing in negative self-talk and you're letting yourself tell yourself stories, it's going to be a very, very challenging ego shot to you. Yeah, the more you are centered in your material world, the harder things are going to come crumbling down around you, because the energies right now, these transformations, are not necessarily about our material world. They are far, and yes, when we have our material world in a changing state, our inner world in a changing state, our material world will reflect that, because the material world is only a physical representation of the energy that we're dealing with. But the thing is the more resistant you are, the more you are sitting in your ego, the more you are dealing with toxic versions of femininity and masculinity, the more you're overthinking, the more you are hearing the voices that are meant to hold you back in old, unworthy, although familiar, constraints. The more you're succumbing to that, the harder the tower falls. Get out of your material body right now and get into your moon energy, get into your intuition, especially around this full moon. We are releasing again. The full moon is all about release. It's a culmination of energy where we let things fall away. And this is going to be a big one, throwing a very strong line down between your intuition and your ego. Yeah. It's like your intuition and your ego are playing dodgeball. Yeah. And the ref is very, 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 very strict on remaining on your side of the line. Okay, so the last one is the moon is sextiling Black Moon Lilith, and I'm hearing that the themes of shame are coming up again. So you may be feeling guilty about some decision that you've made because of people's reactions to it. Yeah, you're literally like I talked about at the beginning. If you know that something's right, if you have that intuition that something is correct, even if it's a difficult energy to maintain, even if it's a challenging theme to bring up to people, they really are calling you to stay true to your guns, and it's going to ruffle feathers, and it's not comfortable for you because you don't like to cause people unnecessary discomfort. But the thing is that this is unnecessary discomfort. All right, I'm hearing that you cannot settle for less than what your integrity tells you to, because that's lying to yourself. All right, so if everybody jumps off a cliff, are you going to follow? Are you lemming? No. Especially with regards, there's big, we've come into the age of Aquarius, and the human collective is getting affected by a lot of this energy of discernment. And I'm hearing, in an age of misinformation, it's hard to decipher what can be trusted and what can't. And we have been called last week to really be careful about the discernment, about what's meant for us, what's not, what merits our energy, what doesn't, what can be trusted, what cannot. And I believe that a lot of people are succumbing to crap. Really well dressed up crap. Lipstick on a pig. Okay? And it's because for the longest time there has been these themes that are thrown in society of mistrust, of judgment, of like pointing fingers and not seeing the greater picture of things. And I do believe that the world stage is right now being challenged to use discernment in an extreme way. And I know that this message can be interpreted either way. depending on which school of thought you are. And yeah, I'm referring to what you think I'm referring to. I'm not going to talk about it. But these messages could technically affirm either stance. I have a particular opinion, yes, but I don't feel it necessary to discuss. But I do think that it's extremely important to use your inner guidance about whether or not the things that you are subscribing to are truly pertinent to current world. Okay? All of those themes of distrust were fine to explore in the age of Pisces. There's no more room for that in the age of Aquarius. There's no more room for that in the age of Aquarius. And it's going to shake people to their cores. To their cores. Yeah. And I believe that it's going to affect the light working community profoundly, because so many light workers have cultivated a distrust in establishment, and it's no longer the time. It's no longer the time. There was a time, yes, I do agree that you needed to be very discerning about and be very, very, very careful about, the powers that be and the things that you were told. I don't believe that time is now. I believe that there is far greater energies at play, and they surpass selfish intentions of few people. But that's for you to decide. Okay, I've got a little bit of the tea leaf fortune telling deck, just a little bit of it. I'm going to pull a couple of cards from it for the card of the day. Okay. One more. Okay, so this is the central theme. I'm hearing there is polarity today. So you have two sides of a coin here, and the center of it is birth or conception of a child or enterprise. So this for me, yes, it can definitely be a child. It can definitely be a new business, but it's more ideas for me. I'm hearing this crib is cradling your inner child in a lot of ways, but it's in order to bring to light some passions that you've had intrinsically for a very, very, very long time, and some of you even extending back into childhood. So that's the main theme of today, is that there is this fertile energy, there is this something being incubated, and it's just not ready to come, or it hasn't been ready, but I mean, it does say, well, yeah, birth or conception. So some of you guys are in the phases of actually things coming to fruition in the 3D. Some of you guys are more in the phases of figuring out what your plan is and what it is you want to bring into this world. Either way, I believe these messages are pertinent. All right, so on one side of the coin, we have cracked cup, dissatisfaction with life, and April. Okay, so in your past, in April, there was a lot of stuff that made you dissatisfied. You felt like everything was broken, that you couldn't fill your own cup because the cup itself was flawed. The cup was your emotional body, and the reason why there was so much disappointment in April is that you had no handle over your cup. You were not giving yourself the love that you deserved. You were not being patient with yourself. You were not filling your own cup before you shared it with others, and it caused you to be extremely despondent, extremely upset. It caused you to grasp at straws. It caused you to put words into people's mouth. It caused you to misinterpret situations with generally a dissatisfied result. Now we have haystack, karma, you will reap what you have sown, and tower, solid foundation, success with effort. So in the past, yes, we definitely had this dissatisfaction stemming around the month of April. But what's coming for us, the tower in this deck is not like the tower in tarot. This is about a sturdy foundation, about something that is long-standing, about, like, I see, like, ancient runes that, yeah, they may have been established by semi-primitive societies, but they're still around today. You know, like Angkor Wat, like the Aztec temples, like Machu Picchu, even to a certain degree, certain, in my, just out of Montreal in the suburbs that I'm from, there used to be an old fur trading outpost that was, we used to just go and hang out and be delinquent teenagers there, but it was originally an actual outpost for the fur trade, and it was still quite sturdy from a very, very long time ago, right? But karma, this is the thing, is for most of you guys watching me, I'm saying literally most of you. There might be the few stragglers that the karma to lead to this solid foundation is yet to be reaped. Like you're yet to make the change that you need in order to actually bring to fruition the gifts that hard work brings to you. to bring about the dharmas and to clear old karmic patterns. But for most of you, you've been working very, very hard, and you are creating this beautiful foundation for yourself, and you reap what you sow. So as above, so below. You guys are going to know where you are, where you sit. But whatever energies you've been reaping, basically since April, I'm saying, whatever work you've been doing since April, and don't worry, everyone stumbles sometimes. You can't always be perfect. We're humans. So if you're like, ooh, I was kind of like acting like a bit of a dickhead in June, or whatever it may be, don't worry about that. But you do reap what you sow. So the overlying general themes and energies are definitely affecting you right now in this culmination of Scorpio season. Also, our full moon will be in Taurus. It does transit almost immediately to the sign of Gemini, but it is in the sign of Taurus, and Taurus is all about our values, about the way that we keep ourselves sturdy, about that tower energy. But this kind of not tower. God, that's a fucking tongue twister. Not tower, but the foundation, the strong building, the long-lasting structures. Overthink and allow. Okay. Some of you guys have a big brainstorm that you need to accomplish. You really, like, I'm hearing for some of you that have not yet built these sound sturdy foundations. Sorry, just getting comfortable. For those of you who have not yet built those foundations for yourself, you've got a lot to think about. You've got a lot to work out. You've got to work on this. All right. Yeah, it's important. You have to work on this. But some of you guys, they're saying that you allowed a lot of overthinking energy in the past that sort of delayed you. So if you are feeling like you are on the verge of something, don't get too caught up with the semantics of everything. All right. Be with nature and criticism. All right. You felt that criticizing energy, okay? That you're feeling shame about some decision that you've made or some action that you've had to take because people are criticizing you. Fuck them. Seriously, don't worry about those people. Just go out and ground yourself. Go to the sea, go to the forest, go to the rivers, go to the mountains, whatever. Be with nature, get grounded, put your feet in the dirt. I'm hearing really, put your feet right in the dirt. Dig your toes into the dirt. Get in there, all right? Acceptance and hide. Don't. Okay. Some of you guys are really, 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 really triggered to run away and hide from whatever energies are surrounding you right now. But they're saying they're like these little X's here. They're like, no, don't do it. Don't do it. You got to accept this now. There's cycles that are coming to an end, and yes, they're moving slowly with this little snail, but don't hide from the acceptance of this new stuff, because you're going to like it. You're going to like it. It's just that there might be some heavy energy to muck through first. Okay, play a part and romance. Some of you guys were wearing extreme masks with regards to your emotional being, and it affected you strongly in your romantic endeavors. Yeah, you were extremely emotionally guarded, and it made your romances suffer in the past. And I'm hearing, like we talked about before, the ego is going to be torn down. So they don't want you to play it. They want you to play the part that's meant for you now. You're not the understudy. You are the leading lady, or the main actor, or whatever it is. So assume your role. You're not meant to take the sidelines. You're not meant to be in the rigging crew. You're not meant to be the script, making sure that everybody knows their lines. You're not meant to even be the director. You are meant to be up front and center on the stage, shining brightly, and because you've not allowed yourself to do that before, your romances have suffered. But when you truly remove that mask and stop playing the part, that's when you're going to actually be able to hone in to this beautiful romantic energy. Some of you guys date yourself. I'm hearing, take yourself out on a date. Go see a movie. Go have a nice dinner. Go skydiving if you want to, whatever. But take yourself on a date. Love yourself. Romance yourself the way that you wish to be romanced. Yeah. Treat yourself really nice. Treat yourself kind, because if you can't treat yourself kind, then no one else knows how to do it either. Set the example. Be the role model. All right. That's it for me. I will see you tomorrow. Actually, I'll see you later today on Instagram for live for the moon transit to Taurus. Taurus? I can't see my notes. I think it's to Taurus. Yeah. Yeah. Moon transit to Taurus. Oh, no, it's tomorrow. Sorry. I'll see you live tomorrow. I'm lying. Okay. That's it. Until then, I'm so sorry for anything you're going through if I've made you feel a certain way. Thank you for being a beautiful being and lending your energy to the circuit that I hold so dear. Thank you to your guides, my guides, the ascended masters, angels, whatever other energy were involved in us finding these clear, concise messages for our greatest good in a timeless matter, whether we find them today, tomorrow, or in the near or distant future. If we're listening, there's a message here for us, even if the astrology doesn't coincide at all. I love you to the moon and stars and to infinity and beyond and back, and I accept this, and I hope you do too. But if not, no stress. It's all good. Bye.